Hi, Efraín. Thanks for doing this morning. It's a game against Atlanta, your old team. Is it a special match for you? Is there something special with this match?
I mean, I would definitely say it's special. Honestly, I don't think it's really hit me yet. I think I'll realize once I'm actually on the pitch and I get to see my teammates. But I'm really excited for it. They obviously know how I play, I know how they play, so I think it'll be a good matchup.
Um, the direction here in Montreal often says that they want players that want to be in Montreal, that wants to play for the CF Montreal. You just signed a big contract, a long contract. Uh, why? Why do you want to be in Montreal?
Yeah, I mean, I think I see the project that we're working on here, and I believe in it. This is obviously a club where young players get the opportunity to play, and we play well. We play good soccer, play good footy, and I'm just excited to see what we do with the team.
You scored your first goal with the team in your first game. How special was this for you to have an impact right away and to have an imprint on the team and what's the challenge for you to keep this position in the next games?
Yeah, it's something that I've been wanting to do for a while. Being a defender, you obviously don't get that many opportunities to score a goal. It's something that I've been thinking of and reminding myself, saying, "Hey, take your opportunities on offensive set pieces." I'm glad I was able to do it in my first game. Obviously, might be hard to repeat, but obviously, I just need to go in with the same mentality.
The contract you signed was this talked about like after you came here, or was it like in the discussions during the trade talks?
I'm not sure about how much in the trade talks, but it was in the discussions when I got here. But like for the most part, that was between my agent and the club. I was just focused on soccer here.
Maxim just mentioned it, but you play against your former club this weekend. Do you maybe provide some insight on how to maybe deal with your former team, because you saw a little bit of what they were doing in the past years. So do you have maybe some little tricks up your sleeve that you provide to your teammates and your coach for the preparation for this weekend?
Yeah, obviously I haven't spoken to the team that much about it yet, but that's definitely something I plan on doing. Systematically, in terms of tactics, I honestly think they might change their way to approach it just because I do know exactly how they play. But in terms of individual characteristics, that's something I'm going to be able to, tell everyone for each position, each player what they're going to do, and I'm hoping that can be an advantage.
Is there maybe a teammate that is currently on the Atlanta roster that you look forward to see tomorrow at Stade Saputo, or maybe play against on the pitch?
Yeah, I mean, I would say all of them. I'm really close with all of them. Luke Brennan, obviously, I grew up with since I was pretty young in the academy. Matt Edwards, there's a few, but I'm excited to see all of them.
Do you see this maybe like you mentioned it, but after the Leagues Cup, you faced some Mexican clubs. Do you see it maybe like a continuity of the challenge that you have in the Leagues Cup playing Atlanta this weekend?
For me personally, I just try to go into every single game, regardless if it's Leagues Cup or if it's the league. I just try to go in and one, make an impact, and two, win the game. So for me, I think every game is similarly a challenge in that sense, and I don't think anything's changed.
We can go to Sydney on the Zoom if you have questions.
Yeah, hi, friend. You're born and raised in Atlanta. What is the biggest adjustment for you coming in Montreal?
To be honest, I don't think the adjustment has necessarily hit that much yet. Obviously, I know the winter's coming, and that's something I'm going to have to adapt to pretty quickly. But, I mean, it's pretty warm at the moment. Grew up in the city, so, I mean, nothing crazy right now.
And on the pitch, does Marco Donadel ask you different things than Ronnie did? What are your adjustments on the pitch regarding to your position?
Yeah, I would say for the most part, there's a lot more in freedom here in terms of tactics, in terms of system. There's a lot of more individual duels, both offensively and defensively. And for me personally, I think that suits my game best, where I'm really able to get 1v1 with a player, either offensively or defensively. And it's pretty different from Atlanta, but it's something that I'm trying to adapt to quickly.
I get that you go by game and try to have the same mentality. But do you think that you guys grew with the Leagues Cup and the way you were playing against Mexican teams?
I mean, I wasn't here as much beforehand, but personally, like when I first got here and I saw how we played one versus New England Revolution and going into Leagues Cup, I was pretty happy to see how the team played, including myself. I think we played well. I think we played good as a team together. Obviously, the results didn't favor us, but I think it's something that we could really build on.
Merci. Oh, well, last one. Do you know Asun Kamara? He will be to the Hall of Fame of Montreal. Did you know this defender? And now he's your comms director. But did you know him?
Yeah, I met him when I first got here. I met him a week or two ago. I just obviously saw that he was going to be into the Hall of Fame, and that's awesome. I didn't even know that he was the director of communications, but hopefully he could, give me a little advice here and there, and hopefully I can help.
All right, thanks for your time.
No, yes, Asun is a friend. He was a great teammate, and I remember all the moments we spent here in Montréal around the way. It was for me a presence, really, really comfortable to have him beside me. So he was here the first day that I arrived. He was here the year before when I came here, 2 weeks in 2014, and he was here when I left. So, and when he came in Philadelphia and Orlando trip, sometimes I was like, oh, Asun, what are you doing here in the bus? So it was like strange situation, but yes, we have so many memories, and I think he deserves it because he always create passion. He always exploit and show passion in his behavior, and also the way he played on the field, always attacking, trying to do stuff, playing like a good football. It's good to have him around also for the players. For me, it's a great help. And also in his job right now, the communication is very, very good. Sometimes to give him advice or stay calm, Marco. And so it's very good. I'm very happy.
Est-ce que tu peux nous partager peut-être une anecdote qui te revient en tête quand tu penses à ton temps de coéquipier avec Asun?
You know what? When you ask me this kind of question, then the first thing that I have in mind is the wrong one. So I it's always okay. If you give me 1 minute, maybe yes, no, but yeah, there's so many. Ask him. It's better. He's prepared for sure. And then next time I'm going to give you out of camera. Let's talk about Atlanta, guys, because please.
Une dernière sur Asun et après je parle d'Atlanta promis. D'avoir sa présence autour des joueurs. Vous avez des joueurs relativement jeunes, des joueurs qui commencent à découvrir un peu l'univers du CF Montréal. Mais autant toi qui as été avec le club, Asun qui est autour de l'équipe, qui est avec le club aussi, de voir qu'il y a cette notoriété d'être sur le mur de la renommée et de pouvoir donner des conseils, j'imagine que ça a un impact aussi pour la formation des jeunes au club.
Honestly, Asun is a guy very kind and gentle. He's not using his power, his importance here to give advice. He knows exactly the role inside these facilities, and I will be very happy in the future if he can sometimes also take some players individually, especially the youngs that you mentioned. It will be very important, but I know that he doesn't like to do more that he has to do, and this is a great quality, for him. But every time he's around, every time also Nacho, I remember Nacho came in Florida. Every time we have this kind of player around, I think it's very important because the player can just seeing the behavior and they can go to him to ask, and of course he's available to give advice, and it's a plus for us. It's super plus for us, and especially in the job he's doing. So because sometimes we think that the former player is important just because for what he did, but he's important for what he's doing every day. This is the most important thing. Okay.
Vous affrontez justement Atlanta demain, la fin d'un segment assez rigoureux, des matchs que 3-4 jours pour votre équipe. Est-ce que c'est un peu la continuité du niveau de jeu que vous avez connu dans la League's Cup, d'affronter Atlanta comme ça au Stade Saputo, d'avoir un défi qui est relativement similaire à certains clubs mexicains que vous avez affrontés?
Yes, I'm sorry if I answer in English, but a whole question that I need to go in details. And Atlanta is a step very, very important, like every game is important. But we are in condition where we need to adapt immediately. From League's Cup is another kind of game, different culture, different referees. That the way they whistle the foul is completely different. So if we fight like in Toluca, after 5 minutes we have 10 yellow cards. So we need to adapt this. That was very, very important for us in that kind of game. But we built during these 3 games in League's Cup something new, a kind of a resilience of difficulties. We find new energy. I think that we discovered new resources inside the team. Really, in terms of individually, I can also do this individually, and also, this player can also do this. And this, for us, in a moment that now it's been a while, we are in an emergency. So we lived all the past weeks in an emergency situation. You know that, no? So no central backs on the bench, no midfielders. So, and many players adapt in different position. And we were so mature that to switch the difficulties in opportunities. And right now, these opportunities were great to catch, because right now we are better. So after these 3 games, after these 2 losses, because at the end we lost 2 games, no, we didn't win. But we lost in a way where there are individual mistakes, but at the same time a lot of good things. And for us, it was important to leave these 3 games to build and to become more resilient. And to find new resources. This is very important. Of course, the emergency continue, because now Sam is out, Joel is still suspended for yellow card in MLS, and Neil is coming back, but is not available. So we are still in great emergency in the back line and the midfielder. And so we need to continue to adapt, but now we adapt it in a different way. So we adapt, let's say, we can do it. Then, to finish this long answer, sorry, but of course, emergency doesn't have to become a normality. Okay, so emergency is emergency, and we know that, but we need the normal life of a team is to have subsidies, to have energies, to have competition inside the team, and so yes, we are good to do it right now, but we need to change something for the future.
T'aimes les gars qui ont du caractère, t'aimes les gars qui ont du leadership, t'aimes les joueurs qui veulent tout donner sur le terrain. Parfois, quand on donne tout, ça donne des cartons jaunes, ça donne des cartons rouges. Comment tu prends, toi, personnellement, c'est quoi ton ressenti par rapport à un gars comme Joel Waterman qui donne tout, mais qui accumule des cartons jaunes, qui a des suspensions de cartons jaunes, qui a des cartons rouges, puis qui finit avec trop d'intensité, mène à beaucoup de suspensions? Comment tu prends ça?
Okay, so this is a question borderline for me. So, and I explain why. Because in general, I told you I'm very open to answer everything, and I don't like in general to answer about individual players, technical and tactical stuff. But I did sometime, because to know each other and that you have to understand my point of view technically and tactically. So sometimes I answer about individual situation on the field. But if you ask me what I think on managing players or behavior, something like that, I cannot answer of everything, you know what I mean? So there is something that has to stay inside the locker. There are something that has to stay not even in the locker, but like in personal, individual relation. And I know my relation with Joel. I know how is important Joel in the group. I know what he did. I know what the other did, and we manage like many other things that happened that you don't even know. You know, this is part of our life, and it's good for you to. I know that you are curious, or everybody you wants to come here and live with us. It's completely understandable, but at the same time, a group and a club, a team, no, but especially a group lives with rules and with the situation that have to stay inside. Sorry for the question. So for the answer.
On commence à manquer de temps. Je sais pas si c'est dans le Zoom, si tu as une dernière question, on va vouloir passer à la conférence de presse par après.
Oui, Marco, est-ce que le match contre Atlanta du début de saison, il vous sert encore pour préparer le match de demain ou c'est beaucoup trop loin pour tirer des enseignements?
No, it's it's completely different the way they play, even if they are more or less the same player, but they play in a different way. They play less open. They play a bit more in counterattack. They still have incredible players forward with qualities, and they still have a very solid keeper. So it's Atlanta. It's a team that can win the next 5 games, even if they don't win in the last 9 or 10. But it's a team that every game they play, they were so close to win, and at the end, for many situations, they tied or they lost. So it's one of the best teams in terms of quality, in terms of squad of the league, and we need to be aware in every phase of the game. And it's another difficult game, but we live. I remember Toluca the day before Toluca. We were a bit scared because on the field, this kind of player, they can do everything in every moment, and something like Miami, So we were so good the first half, and then they have players that can really open the light in every second. We need to be aware, and we need to manage the energy. And on the bench, we have 7 or 8 offensive players, and so it's a game difficult, like many others. But we did already some incredible performance, even in emergency, and we need to do another one also because it's the last in a little period, and where we improve a lot, and it's very, very important for us this 3 point to live finally a normal week where we can resume all the good, all the things that we need to improve and move forward.
Je suis désolé, c'est tout le temps qu'on a. Merci beaucoup, Marco.
Merci.
Good.